She said, oh my God, you'll never see trans people on this show. The show lost a lot of love, a lot of fans. People were not having that comment. So the way I see it is Gia was called to not only bring the Gia Gunness of it all, but also to do some janitorial work and to show the world, oh wait, no, look, actually we do support trans people. Look, we have Gia. I hated the way that they edited me, and I felt like, well, that sucked, you know? It was like I went back trusting that I was gonna truly be the first, you know, trans woman on Drag Race, which, you know, the girls don't want to give me that title, and that's okay.
Because I did see that. I saw a lot of people were saying that you said that, and they were not agreeing with you because they were saying, oh, what about Kylie Sonique Love, or those kind of people.
Well, she was a boy. She might have been not transitioning or pretending like she wasn't trans at the time, but Kylie Sonique Love and Carmen were doing interviews as boys. And then the argument was Peppermint too, right? But honey, I don't know about you. I saw a boy, so I don't know. There was a certain someone on your channel, a certain doll on your channel. She said that I raised $30,000. I went and got my surgery for free. And so I just pocketed all that money and I scammed all my fans.
Good morning, girl. How are you? Good to see you. That's great. I'm not tired at all.
Oh my God, I'm so tired.
Wait, do you mind if I turn the camera on you? You know how I work. Can I turn the camera on you and show? Oh my God.
Of course. Girl, why do you think I took so long to answer the door?
I
I'm
figured.
like, she's going to have that camera on.
I figured you knew.
Have my moisturizer on.
Here you go.
Because I feel like your channel is kind of like HGTV, like you're giving like like tours of people's homes.
I think it's an interesting element to the videos. It's just I
love it.
Okay, good. And this is new, right?
Girl, I love it. Yeah, I just moved here January 1st.
Congratulations.
Granted,
it's so
very
nice.
sterile, no decoration.
It's gorgeous though. Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, can I ask you to take care of your shoes?
I would love to.
This is an Asian house, so I'd love to let you in.
Well, why don't you look at you? Do you want to?
No, why don't you look at you?
I didn't mean it like that. I just want to make sure you like it too.
Okay. What's that little red box over there?
What red box?
Oh, that's the record button.
I'm so happy to be here with you. I've been, scouting you.
You're ecstatic.
I really am.
You are. You are.
Because I've been pursuing you for like over a year.
You have.
But also I want to...
Pursuing the doll. And then we met for lunch that one time and I was like, let me feel him out.
And how would you feel?
I felt. And then I'm like, okay, let me see some more of these interviews. No, because, to let somebody into your home and then to talk about whatever we're going to talk about, it's like, it's never easy,
I was going to say thank you. And I was going to lead with thank you because I feel like when my show was a lot smaller, you've supported me and sent me DMs that were like so sweet. And in those moments when your show is smaller or you're putting yourself out there in a vulnerable way, like having someone like you support me and like, follow me and like my stuff, like it just meant so much in that moment. So like, honestly, thank you so much for just like keeping me motivated and being like, you're on the right track, keep going. Like these are important stories to share. Like that means so much to me.
Oh my God, I love your channel. Like, I don't remember when I found the channel, but I was like, these are really fucking interesting stories. And when you started doing the interviews, like, with the trans girls and the sex workers is really when I feel like I really, like, got in. Because I feel like so much of the trans community is sex work. And I think to have you as, like, a white gay male, like, bringing light to these people and these lifestyles in not a negative way or a shameful way, I think is like really powerful. And you interview my friends too, so I'm like, ooh, look at how messy their houses are.
Not yours. Yours is spotless.
Well, thank you.
I've always believed that the right scent can really change your day. Growing up, I remember first wearing cologne in high school. I think it was Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce. But I just remember putting on that cologne and just feeling invincible. And, you know, as I get older and my vibes and interests continue to change and evolve, I'm always wanting to change and evolve my fragrances too, to really match where I am in life. And that's why I love Scentbird so much, because Scentbird is like having a personal fragrance curator. This month I tried 4 different scents. Sleek Sandalwood by Mason 21G, Number 4 by Press Guritz Perfumery, Milk Personnel by Commodity, and then Milk Expressive by Commodity. I think my favorite out of the 4 is this Sleek Sandalwood by Mason 21G. It just makes me feel like I'm sitting at a fireplace with a glass of red wine in a lodge with it snowing outside, and it just feels so comfy and comfortable, but sexy and suave, but not overpowering or tacky or anything like that. That's what I love about Scentbird so much, is that it lets you discover new fragrances every month instead of buying a full-size bottle. So it's really perfect for people like me that are always changing and evolving their scents. Another thing I love about Scentbird is the size of their vials. Like, there is so much product in there that it lasts a while. And then if you just twist here, it locks the scent. So in your bag, it won't spray. And then to unlock, you just kind of swipe there and you're good to go. If you're ready to discover your new favorite fragrance, use code Cullen, scan the QR code in this video, or click the link below for 55% off of your first month at Scentbird, making your first fragrance like $8. Thank you, Scentbird, for sponsoring this video and also for making fragrance discovery so fun. Now back to the interview.
You designed this yourself? Like, you picked all this stuff?
Well, I live with my daughter, Jake, and she brought some furniture, but like, yeah.
I love that tree. It's so cool.
Yeah, I used to have that in my room, but I was like, I think it's too much.
It's a gorgeous place, so you guys are really doing the damn thing.
Thank you.
Yes, congratulations.
Thank you. Do you want anything, honey?
I'm good, thank you. You've been really booked lately, huh?
You know what, I have.
Is this new?
And thank God.
Is this newer? Because I think for a while you weren't really doing the gigs.
Not newer. I've been booked before in my life, but I feel like
you know what I mean.
I'm just picking it back up again, and I've been so blessed this Pride season to have a lot of work. You know, I just kind of like decided to, I guess, start doing drag again.
It's interesting you say that. You know, you think a lot of trans girls are sex workers.
Well, they are.
I almost think it's because being trans is just so expensive.
Well, it is, but I just also feel like trans women in particular, you know, we're at such a disadvantage when it comes to having occupations, right? And making a living. It's like we all have to make a living somehow, you know? It's like I've been really blessed that I've had drag to be able to make a living, you know? And it's taken me, I don't know, 10 plus years to really fucking start to realize, like, well, damn, like, this is your career, you know? This wasn't just some, like, hobby. It was like, this was sustaining me. I started making, you know, 6 figures at 22 years old, being a fucking professional crossdresser, basically, you know, and twirling across the nation and the world. It is sad and it does suck because I feel like, you know, a lot of my sisters don't deserve, you know, to live these dangerous lives that, you know, they live. You know, there's a lot of people that are like, oh, I'll never forget. One girl told me like, oh, well, mama, you know, sex work is a choice. And I just remember thinking to myself, like, well, it's not for some. I've always wanted to be an advocate for sex work, but I have never really quite, I guess, had the courage to do so. So I really admire and applaud people who can own it. You know, you did the interview with Emma. She's also a friend of mine, and I thought that was really raw, and obviously Mateo, and, you know, the list goes on.
How do you feel like your career changed when you transitioned and, you know, were public about being a trans woman?
I had a little incident where I was dropped from one of my old, or like one of the first, they were called the Benedetti Group. I don't know if they're still around, but I do remember when I transitioned, and I don't think it was directly related, but, you know, you kind of have these thoughts like, oh, well, was I dropped because I'm no longer a drag queen? Or, you know, do these gay men see me in a different way now? Like, oh, she's not a drag queen anymore. She's a woman now. I mean, I don't know if you're very familiar with that whole vibe, but it's definitely like a thing where a lot of gay men in specific, they no longer feel like you're one of us because we're now fully crossed over. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but and how do you feel about that? Because it's interesting because it's like for a gay guy to look at you and be like, well, now she's a woman. Like that's what you want too, you know. You don't want to be looked at as one of us because you don't want to be looked at as a gay boy.
Right. I think it's perfectly fine because you're exactly right. I'm like, you gays can have it, you know? Like, we are something different. But if we are the LGBT, like the acronym says we are, and like, you know, we should all have each other's backs, you know? But it's like, if I'm at a bar and all of a sudden this guy that my gay friend thinks wants me and not you, well, now all of a sudden I'm a man. You know what I mean? Because, forgive my language, but faggots are fierce. They are. They are.
This is an interesting conversation for sure, and I feel like I've heard that with trans women a lot. Is that gay guys can be, they can act a certain type of way towards trans women.
Yeah, I mean, I can't complain. Gays have always been in my corner, but I'm from Drag Race and, you know, was like on a gay show, and I also lived my life as a boy drag queen before I transitioned. So I've always felt a lot of love from the gays for sure. And the gays live for me and they always show me so much love. But, you know, it's a fine line. It's like I am trans now and that is my community, right? I no longer consider the gay community as like my intermediate community. It's like it's about my trans sisters and brothers, you know? This is my glam room. It's kind of messy right now, but
Oh my gosh, I didn't know you had this room.
yeah, this is where I get ready and you know, I have all of my makeup.
Oh my gosh.
Because, you know, she thinks she's a makeup influencer, too.
So organized, too.
Thank you. I actually hired a professional organizer. And it was a lot more organized, but...
And this is all, like, free products you get from brands and
So
stuff?
all the PR stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All the bag. I wanted to be able to see my stuff. You know? Because when you're getting ready, you want to see your shit.
It's so nice in here.
Thank you. Wow. And yeah, this is where I have all of my drags, or, you know, whatever. Drag stuff on this side too, because my old place I had no closet space. My iconic outfit from All-Star
Oh
4.
my gosh.
Y'all got the same look.
Nuh-uh, she got a crown of thorns on.
Her look may be similar to mine, but honey, there's a big difference. Mine is couture and hers is just hot glue. That Carmen said was culturally inappropriate, remember?
Yeah, are you cool with Carmen?
I am. She's a nice gal. And then I sleep over here. I guess that's nice.
Oh, it's so nice in here too. Oh my gosh, I love your aesthetic. It's so like calming.
Right. A lot of people are always so shocked. They're like, I wouldn't have expected this to be your vibe.
Oh,
And I'm like, well, honey, I'm so loud and crazy in my everyday life. Like, I need to feel... People don't know this, but I'm actually a really peaceful girl. I am.
You give me that energy too.
I'm very,
yeah.
like, I just like to chill. I don't want to be bothered. Girl, I'd be up in this bed for days. Girl, you're gonna gag. Girl, and I just close the drapes and I just sit in here, girl, and I just feel myself, you know, like, oh.
I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed.
Once upon a time, I think I felt maybe too good for the trans community. You know, I went through my phase of being too good. It's confusing, but it's like once I transitioned, it was like, okay, I was too good for drag. And then once I was further in my transition and you become more of like a full realized woman, you're like, oh, well, now I'm too good for my trans community too. And like all these, you know, cross-dressers. But it's like, that comes with growth and with time. And it's really your own insecurities projecting, I think. and not being fully comfortable with who you are and owning who you are that makes you feel like that. So now I'm finally coming back home. And that's what this is all about.
That's so gorgeous to hear. It's interesting to hear you say that. So you feel like there was a time in your transition where it's almost like you didn't want to be looked at as a trans woman. You just want to be looked at as a woman. You didn't want to be kind of associate with that.
Yeah, well, I think, you know, being a drag queen and then transitioning, I think is really complicated because, like, when I was a drag queen, I would only feel, like, alive at night when I was in drag. And I would only feel like I was adding value to this world when I was in drag. When I was dressed like this, I didn't feel like I was anything, you know? And that's, like, an awful feeling. Once you decide to transition, having had gone from a drag queen to a trans woman, I think naturally you want to feel that difference between being like a boy queen, is what I grew up knowing it as, to now being a trans woman. I needed to investigate my womanhood and, like, feel what it was like to be just a woman in society, not a drag character. But how could I do that? Because I'm an internationally known drag queen. So that really f***ed with me, you know? And it was like this thing that wouldn't go away. Gays would come to me like, oh my God, say absolutely, and say let me feel. I'll be like, you faggot, get away from me. Like, I don't know what you're talking about, you know? And I went against the grain, you know? I would try to deny who I was or something, you know? And it's really weird. That definitely happened for me. And I'm glad that I have been able to overcome that, because I think you and the audience and anyone who knows me, I think they can tell that, like, you know, I'm finally more comfortable with who I am.
Snatch it up.
Let the games begin.
I know.
I have 20 minutes to get in full drag. They've actually been one of my, like, biggest supporters.
Ipsy?
Yeah. They're, like, one of my longest lasting, like, brand deals and, like, brand relationships. So I'm super thankful for them. Girl, look at what time it is. Look at how look at how I look. Look at how I look.
Hi, baby.
This is my daughter.
Hi, I'm Matt. Do you mind if I'm filming? Sorry. Nice to meet you.
Girl, look at how I look.
Girl, how dare you?
Girl, we were in here f***ing around and talking about fucking drag.
Ruining your massage?
Ruining my fucking massage, girl. I couldn't even get 30 minutes.
I feel like your makeup always looks best under pressure.
Okay.
Under a time crunch.
I fear my
like that Coachella glam was iconic.
I
You
fear
dropped
my
30
massage
minutes.
has been ruined.
You fear.
Your massage has been ruined, girl.
I do.
Does the show start at 11?
It starts at 11.
Oh, girl. We gotta leave here and, like...
Okay, you guys need to stop talking to me.
Okay, go get ready,
Make sure the dog doesn't shit in my room.
When I went to lunch with you, I think it's still at that time, you were still kind of anti-drag. Like, you were just kind of like...
Was I in my anti-drag era?
I think you're just kind of like...
I
I
think you're
almost felt like you
right.
resented it, you know, and resented the
Yeah.
fact that your name was so big because of drag.
Yes, that is very true. Honestly, you know, when All Stars came out, I hated the way that they edited me, you know, and I felt like, well, that sucked, you know. It was like I went back trusting that I was gonna truly be the first, you know, trans woman on Drag Race, which, you know, the girls don't want to give me that title, and that's okay, but I think we all know I was the very first to walk through those doors in women's clothing, and my interviews were done as Gia, you know. I wasn't a boy.
Because I did see that. I saw a lot of people were saying that you said that and they were not agreeing with you because they were saying, oh, what about Kylie Sonique Love or those kind of people?
Well, she was a boy. She might have been not transitioning or pretending like she wasn't trans at the time, but Kylie Sonique Love and Carmen were doing interviews as boys.
So I see what you're saying. So you were the first trans woman to come on to the show.
Yeah, even... Well, and then the argument was Peppermint too, right? But honey, I don't know about you. I saw a boy. So I don't know. maybe I'm missing something here. And again, this isn't about like I don't need titles, you know, but what I know is what I know, and what you guys know is what you guys know, and if you know, you know. I don't really care, because the first for anything never gets their flowers or the credit, and that's okay. I can take one for the team. But you know, it was a big thing for me to spend a lot of money to go there, right? I actually spent all of the money that I had saved up for my surgery to go to All Stars. So actually my surgery and my transition kind of got, not my transition, I hate to link transitions with surgeries because that's not correct in my eyes, but that was what I had planned, and then I had used that money to go to All Stars, you know, and then I had to work again to save that money up and then get surged. Due to contrary belief, there was a certain someone on your channel that actually believed that I had GoFunded me all this money and actually got my surgery for free, and I scammed all my fans, which is not true.
I don't know anything about this, but this is interesting.
Well, yeah.
So
I have a lot of things to say about a certain doll that you had, a certain doll on your channel, and I'm not going to say her name because I don't think that, like, I'm not going to give her that much power, but that whole thing with this girl really was a big thing in my I would say in my whole like All Stars experience, because she really came for me.
Wait, just for clarity. So this person is on my channel. We're not saying the name, but so you had made a GoFundMe to help fund your surgeries.
Fund my surgeries. Right.
And then
I raised, you know, $30,000, and I had that money, and then I got called for All Stars. So I had to use some of that money to pay to go to All Stars. And then once I came off of All Stars, I had to work and get, you know, save all that money again. So it's not like I scam people. She said that I raised $30,000. I went and got my surgery for free, and so I just pocketed all that money, which is not true.
She went public about that and posted it or something?
I don't know what I don't know. And it was so long ago, but I just know that, you know, when we had our little altercation, because she also did something very wrong to me as well, and this is another trans girl in the community. Yeah, she wronged me. She wronged me in many ways, and it was really hurtful, and it was really disgusting what she did to me. And I just feel like it's things like that that have truly made me be the cold-hearted, strong backbone bitch that I am, because people think, oh my God, you know, kumbaya, like the trans community or LGBT. It's like, it's not like that, you know? It's like there's still so much animosity amongst trans women. You know, it was a lot of money for me to spend to go there, right? To then like just kind of not really be, I guess, seen by Mother Rue. You know, she was very cold to me. And, you know, I've talked about it before, but my experience, you know, with her was not warm. You know, she said, oh my God, you'll never see trans people on this show. That's something very different. Do you remember when she said that? Mm-hmm. Okay, so the show lost a lot of love, a lot of fans. People were not having that comment. So the way I see it is Gia was called to not only bring the Gia Gunness of it all, but also to do some janitorial work and to show the world, oh, wait, no, look, actually we do support trans people. Look, we have Gia. And she's a girl. What are you talking about? You know, it's like RuPaul never wanted to apologize. She never wanted to touch the subject. And in her little walk around in the workroom on the episode that I got eliminated on, you know, I thought it would be a good idea to confront her on her remarks about having trans people. I asked her and I said, you know, so, you know, you said there would never be any trans people here. Like, what's going on? Like, what makes me any different? And she literally just looked at me like a reindeer in headlights and was like, well, we've always had trans people on this show, honey. I'm not so sure what you're talking about. And I said, yes, but not fully realized like this. Girl, you know what I'm asking. You know what I'm saying. This was your 10 seconds to touch the fucking subject. Let's not play any games here. You know what? We knew why I was there. I know why I was there. So what? We just all put our lashes on and, it's like, why can't we talk about this? Why can't you clear the air? And I thought I was being fierce and bold and taking one for the team. But no, I was eliminated instead. And then I was edited kind of to look like an asshole. So that whole experience really just didn't rub me the right way. Because then I was stuck with fucking $30,000 worth of drag that I had to put in a storage unit. I had no fucking tits. And, I had to go and do what I had to do to make the money back.
Did the deals also drop because of the video that you made calling COVID a hoax?
It's very possible.
Are you blacklisted from World of Wonder and RuPaul's Drag Race?
I don't know, but...
How are you feeling?
Girl, I fucking hate you.
You look great.
I'm so late to my show because we want to talk about fucking stuff.
I guess if World of Wonder or RuPaul watches this, which they very well could, and they're, hoping for some sort of public apology of sorts to get into their good graces again, would you be willing to do that?
Well, it's funny you say that.
And don't forget, if you're interested in trying Scentbird, use code Cullen, scan the QR code in this video, or click the link below for 55% off of your first month at Scentbird. You can get the product for half the price, making it just $8.